haven't been everywhere, but it's on my list. Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week. I'm super pumped to give you an update about where we're at. It's been a few weeks, if you will, since the last update. I think the last one I gave you, we were in Tennessee and we were debating what we were going to buy. And I told you guys we were leaning towards the Mojave, the Jeep Gladiator Mojave. And I think it's funny because I told my grandkids we can call it the Juck or the Treep. Treep sounds kind of creepy, so we went with Juck. But we bought the Juck. And so the Juck hasn't been named. So if anybody has any cool J names for it, shoot them in the comments below. We're trying to name the Jeep. I was going to name her Jolene because I thought it was awesome, but one of my really good friends' car's name is Jolene, and I forgot that. So that name's taken. But if you have any good J names, let us know. We did end up sacrificing a little, which my last episode about this said we wanted everything we wanted and we weren't going to sacrifice. But given the state of the automobile industry currently, if any of you have tried to buy a car or seen any car lots that are naked, for a lack of better words, you'll know that finding vehicles is difficult a little bit right now. And so we ended up being in Nashville and went and looked at a lot that had a couple of the Jeep trucks, and one was the color we wanted but didn't have the bells and whistles. One had the bells and whistles and it wasn't the right color. And so long story short, we ended up getting everything that we wanted on our Juck. We just got it in black instead of that Stingray gray or whatever color it was called. And so it still has the orange detail, which some of you know in our previous life, Danny and I have had slingshot that was bright orange. So orange has always been kind of our ATV color, if you will. So we loved the orange on it. It's got the light gray interior. It's really awesome. And so with that being said, we drove across country in it. And so we bought the Juck. We went back to Georgia to take care of a couple of things. And then we started our trek out west. And we didn't go, there's two routes. If you put in from Atlanta to here, there's a top route and a bottom route. We went the top route because it was less mileage and quicker time. Not that 30 or what was it, 26 hours, Danny, 36 hours, something like that, was a short drive either way. But I had never seen a lot of the states that we got to go through. So I had never been to Wyoming and I had never been to Utah. And so I was super pumped to actually get to drive through there. And I don't know if any of you are watching Yellowstone, but we are. And I know it's kind of been a top thing people talking about lately, but we started watching it once we got here in Nevada. We're actually in Lake Tahoe right now, but when we got to Nevada, we started watching it, and actually some of the gas stations I went into in Wyoming and stuff were so like, I know that the film takes place in Montana, but it was like Yellowstone everywhere. And so like the scenery you see on that show is real. And it was gorgeous. There were giant tumbleweeds blowing across the highways. There were, one gas station we stopped at and I went into, I felt like I was in an old time Western, like a corral type bathroom. It was just a really cool adventure. And we spent one night in Utah, in Park City, I think it was called, and at a really beautiful ski lodge, and it was gorgeous. And I can't wait to go back. It's on our trip when we hit our bucket list trip for sure. And a lot of people messaged me and were like, oh my God, I love Utah. It's so beautiful. And it is totally stunning and breathtaking and worth every second of viewing it. So we got to go through the bottom part of Montana. So I didn't see any of the Wyoming. I didn't get to see any of the cool, like Jackson Hole or any of the other cool parts, but we're going to go back on that adventure later. So we made it to Nevada and we spent a couple of nights in Reno. And then we came over to Lake Tahoe, and we're at the Southern California end right now, spending some time in Lake Tahoe. So that's been an adventure in of itself I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I don't know how many of you have been to Lake Tahoe or not, and I wanted to see it, and the lake is totally clear like the pictures show. It's really awesome. It's cold here right now. The mornings are like 20-ish. or in the 20s. And so Danny and I did go down to the beach, even though it's locked off at the lake. It is a really pretty beach. I've put some pictures up on my Instagram and Facebook. And it was just really beautiful. And it was amazing how clear the water was. And I didn't think about the reason the water being clear is the snow melts from the mountains and fills the lake. And so that was a cool thing that I've learned. But the funny thing that we've learned about Lake Tahoe that you may or may not know, depending on if you're a skier and you come here or not, are the bears. There are bears here. And if you hear people talk about the bears, or you go to apply to stay at an Airbnb or anything like that, and you get this little notification that you have to take this bear aware course, it's a video, nothing hard, no test, but you should take it because the bears are something. These bears here in Lake Tahoe it's their town. We're just visiting. The people who live here, it's not their town either. It's the bears' town. And so I've seen bears at zoos, and I've seen bears at places where they cage bears or whatever, but I've never seen really bears in the wild. So I still today haven't seen the bear in the wild. The bear has been here. There are precautions you have to take, such as there's bear boxes that you have to put your trash in that the bears can't lift. The bears have gotten really lazy because they've learned that humans have trash and food. They've also learned they check your car doors at night. Our neighbor got his coffee gone the other night out of his car. And so it's just been interesting and kind of funny. Danny and I are like, be bear aware. This will be our berriest bear experience ever, I hope. But it's been funny and it's been informational. It's been a great thing for us to be out here. It's experiencing a different time zone, which is killing me. That's no lie. I start work at 6 or 7 a.m. because it's 9 in Atlanta. And, go into bed really early just to try to stay on the time schedule of most of my people. And then, we stayed in a hotel for a couple of days here and there, but we've rented an Airbnb for the next 30 days. We're going to have a simple Thanksgiving, just the two of us. We won't be cooking on the smoker because we're fearful the bear would come steal our food. So we'll be baking in the house, but nonetheless, it'll just be the two of us. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys a check-in. So for the rest of the year, travel kind of for us will be here until close to Christmas. At Christmas, we're going to Brittany's to celebrate with her, and Ashley and her husband and their baby are coming. And we're really excited to get to have a really fun first Christmas with some of these grandchildren. So that's what we're looking towards. We'll be hanging out here in Reno/Lake Tahoe area up until Christmas. We thought that we wanted to maybe buy a Lake Tahoe home, and we still think that, but our mindset's a little bit different. We just, from a terrain stance, it's a very different feel and look out here than it is out south or down south, I guess, or over south. But we'll see what happens. We still want to come in the summer and be able to enjoy the lake here and enjoy that experience. We got here a little bit late for that this year, but nonetheless, it's been an adventure, and I'm documenting it. We're looking for our GoPro to get it ordered and shipped. Some things are on back order. To put in the car so we can stream with you guys. But in the meantime, we will keep taking pictures, getting them posted. And if there's anything you want to know or hear about Southern California, like the Lake Tahoe area or Reno or Carson City, let me know, because I'll be hanging out here for a couple of weeks. So if there's any must do's or must eat ats or any of those fun things that you guys know or love, don't hesitate to shoot me a message and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday, and I'll be speaking to you in the next couple of weeks here from Reno again. I'll talk to you soon and have a great week. Thanks, guys. Take care. Hey, guys, if you like this episode, please hit like and subscribe.